recording audio. We're going to record each of the scenes separately in our movie. And so my first scene is the first three clips here of the Toronto Dominion Tower. And what I need to do before I start recording is make sure that my three clips add up to the same amount of time as the audio for that scene. So we did some timing this morning, and we know how long each of the scenes are approximately, and I know that mine is about 25 seconds long for this one. So I know that this clip is 5 seconds, that one's 5 seconds, and this one's 5 seconds. So I'm short 10 seconds. And if I do some quick arithmetic, I can change these to 9 seconds each. That's going to give me 27 seconds, so a little bit extra, but that's okay. We can adjust it afterwards, because I may even go longer. It's often the case. So I'll make these three clips 9 seconds, and before I also record, make sure that nothing's selected. Like this clip here has got a selection, so I'm just going to click somewhere in the gray area here, because otherwise your recording will only be for that long. And the next step, I'm going to click on the microphone down here, our voiceover tool, and that brings over the voiceover window. And I want to make sure that when I'm talking normally, that the VU meter here, the green line, goes up about 3/4 of the way, maximum. And if your audio looks like this and is going red all the way to the end, that's too much because the sound is getting distorted. So probably about 85% to 90% is going to be a good setting for that, but you'll have to see how loud your voice is when you're talking normally. And of course the room may be loud too. The next step is we can see we've got our microphone tool and selected, because we got that little mic next to the pointer, and you just need to click on the clip where you want the recording to start. And so obviously the beginning of this clip for my scene, and when you click, you won't need to start talking right away because there's a 3-second countdown. Now watch out because it's a little bit loud. So I'm going to click and I can get started. Our first building is the Toronto Dominion Tower. It was built in 1964 by famous modernist architect Mies van der Rohe and is a great example of the international style of architecture. It's a symmetrical rectangular prism, and it's also made up of smaller rectangles in the windows and the ventilation grills. And this is one of Toronto's first modern buildings with 54 stories. And I'm going to press the space bar to stop, and we can see that I got my 25 seconds of voiceover, and there's a little bit extra here because we did make it longer. So we can go back and actually I need to turn off this tool. So I'm going to record. Yes, let's stop recording, and we'll just make sure that this is all set up before we go on to the next scene. So I'm going to shorten these a little bit. I'll make that one 8 seconds. I'll make that one 8 seconds. And I'll even try this one at 8 seconds. And that makes it a little bit longer, but you know what? I think I had some empty air at the end. So let's just play from about here and we can see where we can shorten it to. So all of that was actually silent. So I can grab the end of my audio recording and I'm just going to match it up to the end of my scene there. And that way it's all nice and neat. And then I can redo the steps, just click the microphone, and I can record my second one after I've adjusted the lengths. So you won't be able to adjust the lengths of the timing for each clip while you've got the microphone tool selected, so make sure you deselect it before we move on. And that's recording audio.